Hi, it's Janelle from Infinite Potential Healing, and I wanted to chat with you today about intentions versus resolutions. I do not use the word resolution. It is on my no-go, no-fly zone list. Why don't I use the word resolution? Because at the end of the day, when we look at a resolution, we're saying that we have to have the resolve to do it all by ourselves, that it's got to be us against the universe, and that's just not the way that it's supposed to be. Whereas when we set an intention, the universe conspires to help us succeed with what we're intending. Intention is co-creation. Resolution is us being stubborn toddlers who want to do it by ourselves. So one is definitely vastly more effective than the other. And you might be wondering, Janelle, why in the fuck are you talking to us about intentions versus resolutions in the middle of March? Great question. Here's the answer. So I don't particularly subscribe to the idea of the new year. I mean, while I do understand that the new year is January 1st of every year, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me and has never made a whole lot of sense to me to be setting resolutions or intentions in the middle of Capricorn season. It's a grounded season, and yes, if something's got to get done, a Capricorn is your man or your woman to get it done, and Capricorns will absolutely succeed at whatever they intend to do, and they're stubborn enough that they'll probably resolve to do something and be successful there as well. But when we look at the time of the year, in the Northern Hemisphere, we are in the heart of winter, and winter is from the standpoint of the rhythms of the universe, it's meant to be a period and a season of hibernation, not a period or a season of putting ourselves out there or changing the way in which we're doing things. It's supposed to ultimately be a season of rest. So rest versus revolution, or so when it comes to rest versus resolutions, I'm going to have to lean into the season and go rest every single time. So it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So then the next spot that we come up to where we start looking at the idea of a new year is the Chinese New Year, which comes in, this year it came in on February 17th. It's always right around there, kind of that weekend or the time period that follows Valentine's Day. So when we look at that, it starts to make a little bit more sense because typically we're in Aquarius season on the heels of Pisces season, usually dropping in within the next couple of days. So when we think about Aquarius, it's an air sign, it's all about revolutionary thinking. So that's a really good time to start conceptualizing what we want our intentions to be. And then the next point that we start to look at, where we talk about resolutions versus intentions, is the Zodiac New Year. Here's where it gets real. Now it's where it finally starts to make sense, at least to me. What is the Zodiac New Year? It's when we move out of Pisces season into Aries season. Aries season is the first sign of the Zodiac. Aries is a cardinal fire sign. Fire is all about action. It's all about movement, because that's what fire does. It burns, it moves, it creates, it also destroys. That's a time that makes sense to me to set some intentions. Again, we're not going to use what's now going to be known as the R word. We're not going to talk about those resolutions. We're only going to focus on intentions. Aries allows us to drive our intentions forward. Aries fuels the fire of our intentions. So we are coming into Aries season on March 20th, and I just kind of wanted to get in your ear or in your eyes, depending on how you're watching me or listening to me, about the idea of setting some intentions as we come into the Zodiac New Year. Start thinking about what you want to do, what you want to change, maybe even what you want to keep the same, but how you want to enhance it. What intentions do you want to set? When I think about setting intentions for myself, I like to break them down into categories. So I typically look at my physical health as one category. I look at my relationships, not just romantic relationships, but all of the relationships in my life as another category. Finances, prosperity, and abundance is a third category that I look at. You want to look at, and sometimes you can put work or how you earn your living in that category. Sometimes it's another category, depending on whether or not you're in alignment with your divine right purpose or not. But you can start to break down all of the different categories of your life. And when you do that, don't forget to set some intentions for your mental health, your emotional health, but particularly your spiritual health. That is probably the most often, most easily neglected category that you can possibly set intentions in. And really, this is where it all begins and ends. I hear a lot of people talking about that they don't like to focus on their spirituality because it feels like it's just more to do. It's more work. It's hard. It's challenging. It's difficult. Y'all, if it is feeling like that, you are doing something very, very wrong. Something is very out of alignment. Because again, this should be your compass. Connection should be your compass. And setting those intentions with the compass of your intuitive connection to spirit is definitely where it's at. So if in talking about these categories or even the ideas of setting intentions in your life, you're like, I don't have a fucking clue where I'm supposed to go or what I'm supposed to do. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm moving into. I don't know where I want to go. That's okay. Meditate, talk to spirit, ask your angels and your guides for inspiration. They'll give it to you. You have time, which is why I'm talking to you about it today. But the other reason that I wanted to kind of bring this to attention, bring this to awareness today, is because you don't have to wait until the traditional New Year, the Chinese New Year, the Zodiac New Year in order to set intentions. You can set intentions any day that ends in Y. You can set intentions at the beginning of any month. It doesn't even have to be the beginning of a month. You can set intentions because you woke up, whether that was in the morning or from a nap, doesn't matter. My point being, obviously, that you can set intentions at any point. You don't have to wait for a specific new year, for a new moon, for a specific energy cycle. Because when you do it in alignment, spirit is never going to guide you to set intentions at a time that isn't going to work for you and isn't going to be prosperous and productive in your life. So start thinking about what you want to intend, what you want to create, how you want to move forward when the sun comes into Aries on the 20th for the Zodiac New Year, and then get to it. Set those intentions. Focus on how you can utilize the current energies to support them and to sustain them, because that's how you are going to be able to reach and achieve your infinite potential healing.